Here I am, and here I am. Let me get rid of this little note that Molly has left for me. Hello, everyone. I'm going to let things kind of chime on in right now. I'll chime on in. All right. Okay, so I got something. I'm going to share with you a couple of stories, news stories going on with multifamily right now. Not a whole lot, nothing really negative. Actually, some very positive news on some of the things that have been going on in multifamily and in the housing market. But then I also want to talk to you about a phone call that I had. I had a Zoom call with a new vendor, meaning, this guy's created a new program that was just amazing. My explanation for it is not going to do it justice. I'll try to explain it as best I can, but when he showed it to me on screen, I got it. It was absolutely amazing. And maybe I'll have him on a future YouTube Live showing you exactly how his program works. All right, so let us get started. So let me talk to you a little bit about the housing market. I mentioned this on my call last night or Monday night. Monday night, that was last night, regarding the housing market. And, there were a lot of prognosticators. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I got it all right. That we're saying that the housing market's going to crash. These interest rates are terrible, but there are so many dynamics going on with this economy that are totally different than what was happening back in 2008. 2008 was truly a house of cards. This particular economy, we do have big problems with inflation. It's causing so many issues. It's causing insurance rate issues. It's causing the interest rates going up, and it's just those typical type of things are really causing a problem. But at the same time, those two little things that you learned in Economics 101, supply and demand, are what's keeping this market really buoyant and ahead of the curve to a certain extent on the multifamily side. The supply is down, the demand has never been higher, and it continues to go that way. Even though it says here in the Real Deal that 44% of Americans believe a plummet could come this year. Because there's just simply not enough supply. So the economics of supply and demand, if there's a shortage, prices simply cannot crash. And right now we're short about 2.3 to 6.5 million housing units, according to Realtor.com. And those home buyers have been stuck between the elevated mortgage rates and high home prices. So that is forcing many people to stay where they are, unable to move. Home prices were up 6.5% year over year, according to the Standard & Poor's Core Logic price index. But as Real Deal says, while a market crash may bring down prices, that's not all that would occur. When the market crashed 15 years ago, pushed in part by an oversupply of homes, the Great Recession quickly followed. Remember, it was like overnight. I remember one day I'm set to close on a 222 unit apartment complex, and the next day Fannie and Freddie file for bankruptcy, and the world changes. It was absolutely amazing. People lost their jobs and their livelihoods. Lower home prices meant squat for those who needed to focus on much more immediate issues. This is all still from the Real Deal article. As for today, there are mixed opinions from experts and economists about when the next housing market crash could happen, though these things are sometimes thought to occur in 18-year cycles. Now, I got to tell you, reading this article, that was news to me. I thought everything was a 7-year cycle, and at least it had been. Now they're calling it an 18-year cycle. And there's been speculation the country is in the midst of a housing bubble. But experts largely don't see this as the case today, as tight inventory would stop prices from bottoming out even if the demand suddenly falls off. So potential signs or symptoms of a housing crash include sudden drops in demand, inventory oversupply, increased mortgage rates, accelerated home production, or a greater economic condition such as a recession. And we're not seeing all of those things, seeing some of them, but not all of them. All right, now let me tell you about this this guy. Just listen to this. Is a firm, the RFR, where they failed to pay off a loan at maturity. All right, now this is what happened to me back in the last crash. Let's say that 222, perfect example. Let me use that 222 unit property as an example. I bought it like 2 months after the market crashed. Should have walked away. Would have been a lot cheaper if I let my hard $75,000 hard earnest money go away. But we didn't. Anyway, so what happened is we held on to that property for the term 5, 7. It was right around 5. And when it matured, we couldn't refinance and we defaulted on the loan. That is a maturity default. Now, let me give you 2 scenarios. The first scenario is you've never missed a payment. All your bills are paid. There are no mechanics liens on the property. You're performing as a property owner should perform. And the bank calls and says, we want our money back. Go get it refinanced, and you can't do it. So what do you do with the bank? Well, you try to sit down and negotiate with the bank, but there are 2 types of banks. There's the government-sponsored entity, and you have a commercial mortgage-backed security loan, and therefore they don't care who you are. They don't care that you've done such a great job. They want their money back. They don't care if you want to refinance and add another 3 years. They're out. So they just take the property back. No questions asked. You drop the keys on the desk, you walk away. The second type of bank is one that's a local lender. Frank's Bank, as I always call it. Frank's Bank doesn't want the property back. They want keep you as a customer. So they're willing to work with you to make sure that things get resolved, and they'll rewrite the loan. One of the terms they used was extend and pretend. Extend the loan and pretend that everything is going to get better. What we did in our particular case is they because remember what happens here is that the bank, a local lender, it has to report to the state bank examiner. So the bank examiners are in their office looking at all their files, and they come across yours and they say, hey, this property is supposed to have a 75% loan to value. You sold it for $10 million. The loan should be $750,000, 7.5 million, $10 million, 7.5 million. And they say, well, the collateral has lost value, so now it's only worth $900,000. Well, 75% of the 900,000 is not 7.5 million. I'm saying 109 million. 75% of the 9 million means, I'm going to do a little calculator, 7% of the 9 million times 0.75. Now the property has to, now it's only worth 6.75. Now, because the drop in the value, the loan is overpriced. So the loan at 7.5 was great when the property was 10 million, but now the property is 9 million. And now the collateral is only worth 6.75. So they're saying, hey, you gotta kick in some more money. You gotta bring that value up because our loan was 10 million. And so that's where you have problems with those lenders. And so what they do is they take your new package and they carve it up into an A and a B loan. And the A loan is the primary loan that complies with the state bank examiner's requirements. And the B loan is like a personal loan that doesn't sit on the collateral. It sits in, as a personal loan off the books. And so that's how the banks work with you to get you past that line. Now, in this particular case, the this one guy, Abby Rosens, sold this big property, and another lender. Once he did that, another lender sought the payback from his company. This Credit Suisse affiliate filed to foreclose last Tuesday, claiming the landlord failed to pay off a $224 million mortgage at maturity. See, $224 million. We're talking stratosphere type numbers. That adds to a pile of defaults and unpaid loans or bills from RFR, according to lawsuits lodged by lenders and a former employee. Rosen's firm tapped Column, that was the name of the Credit Suisse lender, for a $224 million acquisition loan in 2020 when it bought the 23-story Fifth Avenue building from Morgan Stanley. So obviously we're talking big numbers here. So they bought it for $350 million, but they had a $224 million loan on it. The Grand Central area property was once Morgan Stanley's wealth management headquarters. The loan, and here's where it comes in. This is how you know where the trouble comes in. The loan is floating rate, according to Column's complaint, which could explain the default. Rates shot up to 525 basis points starting in March 2022. I'm sorry, shot up 525, not two, up 5.25% interest in March of 2022. So this is the same type of. See, I did not have the interest rate problem that they're talking about here. I had the valuation problem. My properties couldn't comp out any longer, and that's what happened. So, all right, let me see if I got hello from Atlanta. Hey, Jeff, Magnify Investment. Is that Darren Ross again? No sound. Ron, are you okay with the sound? No one else seems to be complaining. John Racine, how you doing, buddy? Somebody give me a thumbs up or let me know everything's fine. All right, now there's something I want to share with you all, and it's got to do with AI, artificial intelligence. Now, some of my friends, good. Hey, good, Ross, good. Oh, Darren, I called you. His last name's Ross, first name's Darren. Kristen Ross, yes. Okay, so I invented AI just before Al Gore invented the internet. Happy to report, some people say that I bring the artificial to AI, and other people say I bring the I to the intelligence. Anyway, I'll get the joke right as soon as I say it 10 more times. But this is absolutely amazing. The company's name is MoveOn, MUVAN. I'm going to type it in the box here, UVAN.ai. And what this company, where did I go? There I am. What this company does, I tell you, it gives you this AI expert called Lori, kind of like Siri, but it's Lori for real estate, multifamily property, for asset and property management teams. It is absolutely amazing what it does. I got the demo, and what I might do is have Karen, who invented this, essentially. Either works for me. Cash flow after this year. Let's see. Good. I was looking at this company this. Oh, were you really? Okay. Let me tell you something, Darren. Darren, here's what I want you to do. Because Darren's a client of mine. Darren, I want you to send me an email asking for a copy of the video of the Zoom call that I had with Karen, and then I think I'm going to have him on my YouTube live upcoming episodes, because what he is doing is absolutely amazing. It takes your data, and then you can ask the system how to fix a problem with the management or the operations of your property. And using your own data, it tells you what's wrong and how to fix it. It is absolutely, thanks, Molly. It is absolutely amazing. how it, like, you know, it told you, you know, what units you needed to turn and what needed to be done to them, and what you should be charging for rents on that property, because it goes out to the world and figures out what the rents are. And I'm not even doing it justice. But what we are going to use it for is our hotel conversion. It's a way for all of our team, the whole team, to be able to tap into a central repository for all the information. So you know, we're going to be in the Yardi system. That information is going to come in through Yardi, and then we're going to be able to go in there, and the system will develop programs for us as to how to maximize our revenues. And then once we start building up the data that's in there, it will be able to think logically and help us evaluate new opportunities. It will be able to tell us, okay, with this particular property, based upon what we can get from market rents, based upon what the vacancy is, and it goes out to the world and grabs this data for you. And based upon what we typically spend for a rehab per unit, this is what we can offer as a price in this particular property. I saw it, and I got to tell you, folks, my head was spinning. Absolutely spinning. So make sure you all check it out, and you can figure out exactly how this program works and how it can benefit you. But this was truly, you know, you hear about AI all the time, Chat GPT and all that type of stuff. But what this can do for figuring out the oh, as a matter of fact, I'll have Molly, if you can grab that link and send it over to Darren Ross, that will be very helpful. Smart AI forward-looking software. Yeah, Jeff, it was really, really cool. And I tell you, I watched it and I thought to myself, not only is it going to help us with the management of the property, not only is it going to help us with evaluating new deals, but when we show this as how we run our business to new investors, they're going to say, these guys are cutting edge. I want in on this company. So that is another reason why your business needs to be this forward thinking. It's all about, you know, you're in competition with me to raise investment dollars. If I have this system running my operations and evaluating what's going on compared to what you're using, where do you think those investment dollars are going to most likely going to go? So yeah, exactly, Darren. So this is I tell you what, Molly, let's get, I know we're going to have him online for our for my clients on Monday Night Live, or for the hotel to homes cohort program. But I will try to get him on one of my 2 YouTube lives, either Tuesday or Thursday, so that you can see it. But I was blown away, and I've been doing this for 20 years, and I thought, man, this is really cool. I'm so glad I invented this before Al Gore even thought about it. So that is that's what I got. Light day today. Make sure you tune in on Thursday. I'm going to teach a lesson on Thursday, and it'll be. I think Molly and I we're going to discuss the topic tomorrow. Make sure I'm ready to rock and roll. But who knows? Maybe I might get Kieran involved in it. He's in Israel right now, Tel Aviv, and he's few hours ahead of us, but he's willing to make sure he comes online to show everybody. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. So, all right, everybody, great to see you all. Always a pleasure, and we will talk on Thursday. Talk to you then.